As part of the Agribusiness Gateway to Industry School program, we're going to showcase the smart sorting module developed utilizing the Teachable machine by Google. First, we're going to provide a quick overview of AI and AI use in agriculture. So, what is AI? It's a theory that a computer system can perform tasks that originally required a level of human intelligence. So things like visually classifying between two different objects, speech recognition, and decision making. In our everyday life, we come across AI quite often. We have it in our smartphones, looking at Siri and Alexa, as well as other helpful tools such as ChatGPT, Grammarly, and other applications. The AI we more commonly work with has been built with machine learning algorithms that uses a training dataset. So a training dataset is used to help inform the computer of its task. So that digital system will improve over time and with more experience. The training dataset is created and inputted by humans to help guide and teach the system. A simple example here is of classified visual data. So we can provide it with labeled data. So we've got our cat, frogs, and dogs, and this will be our training data set. Essentially, we're guiding the model in what a dog, cat, and frog looks like. We train that model on that data set, and then we can test it with some of the labeled data to see how accurate it is at determining what a dog, cat, and frog is. So in agriculture, AI has been integrated in all aspects of the supply chain. For example, it's in precision farming, it's used in crop monitoring and management, even in systems like irrigation, used for pest, disease control, and even detection, used in autonomous machinery, across the supply chain and in food processing factories, livestock management, climate change adaptation and prediction. A great example of how AI has been integrated in the supply chain is in this potato sorting video, which we'll play now. So the potatoes here are falling down and getting processed through the chain. So here they fall through a series of cameras on either side to capture a complete image, so 100% of each of the potato's surface. Uses hex chromatic imaging, LED, infrared, and visible light to determine any pixel discrepancies in colour. So this is run through the machine. Using machine learning, this model is applied in real time and detecting any mold, rot, soil, and rejecting that produce. So you'll see soon the manual ejectors will be activated when any of those color discrepancies are noted, and they are removed from the line to be put into discard bins so they don't progress any further. those that meet that pixel requirement determined by obviously the producer or the company itself is then continued on. Here is another example of how AI can be integrated in extensive beef. So machine learning algorithms can be designed to identify and differentiate between cows and calves, for example. This has application in extensive systems and can be used to monitor and assess calving rates, has the potential to estimate calf age, track calf loss, monitor health, identify wild animals, and can be used and helpful to count herd numbers. Can be also integrated into other technologies such as auto drafters to then be used potentially for weaning. So now on to the actual smart sorting activity using Teachable Machine. So what is Teachable Machine? It's a web-based tool that can create machine learning classification models for images, sounds, and videos. So you can gather images and class them by name. You can then provide that to the model and train it, and then with the export you can actually test the accuracy of your model. So a little fun exercise is, what are 2 visual features that would help you to distinguish between a blue staffy and a seal? So for example, a blue staffy has external ears, 4 legs and a tail, whereas a seal has internal-ish ears, fins, and a fin-like tail. So with that in mind, if these are the images you were given, would you be able to determine between the seals and the staffies? This little exercise is helpful to get you thinking about the importance of your training data set, how much you might need to include in different angles to ensure that the accuracy is there so that you can actually see the difference between the seals and the staffies. So let's try it together. You can visit the Teachable Machine with Google, link here. So once you have the Teachable Machine open, you can select Image Project. You can go to a standard image model. Here is where you'll be able to provide it with the training data set. So you give it the name and what that item looks like. You can then train the model, and this preview section is where you'll be able to test the accuracy, allowing you, to come back to that training data set to improve it, to get a better accuracy at the end here. So here I have a black and white calf, and I can select my webcam, and I'll have my black and white calf here. You press hold to record and it will create a burst of images. So that is my black and white calf. I'm going to go down below now for class 2 and go brown and white calf. I'm going to select the webcam. Again, I'm going to hold to record. I'm going to just change that up. Then I'm going to train my model. This may take a few moments. So I'm training my model now. And here we go, we have the trained model, and we're going to show it the brown and white calf, and it's got a pretty good accuracy there. It changes a little when we move it around. That might be because I didn't move around in the training data set. I'm going to move to my black and white calf. So we got a little bit difference there, and you can even see the differences as I move the item closer and further back. And really, with the limitations of this is in the livestock video that was shown, there was a bounding box around the animal, which helps narrow down the focus of the AI in going, that is what I'm classifying. In this instance, when we provide it with an image, I'm saying this is the black and white calf, but it also includes my hand, my face, the background. We don't have that ability to just give that bounding box. So that gives you need some consideration in maybe changing the background. Should have maybe removed myself completely. Things like that. So we can do that. We've also got a larger black and white dairy cow. And again, we can see some similarities. So obviously it's picking up the shape as well as some of the colour. But again, by changing how much I'm in, can also change how much it classifies me as a brown and white calf. So what I can actually do here is I can go back to my training data set and I can just include myself. So I'm going to go include myself. I'm going to go back to my webcam and take some photos. Apologise. So I'm giving it myself as well. I'm going to go back and train the model. Obviously, the more pictures you provide and more classifications, the longer the model will take to train. So you'll see that number 50, so that's the number of epochs, which essentially represents, and you can explore that further in the advanced section, essentially every picture from every class will be run through that model 50 times. So you can actually also go in here and change some of these features to improve your accuracy. But for this instance, now I have 3 classifications and it's classifying Pat as me 100%. So we see we got a little bit better in that response there because I added myself, so it's actually helped it out a bit when looking at the black and white cow. Black and white calf. Ooh, so we got a bit of brown there. Move myself. So again, this gives you a great opportunity to test your model and find maybe what might need to be changed in your training data set. I added myself and that helped a little bit, but there's a range of things that you can do and apply this across lots of different settings. So the world's your oyster essentially, and yeah. So I hope you enjoyed a little introduction to Teachable Machine, and yes, thank you.